Good morning, family. I pray that all is well with you on today. I'm just sharing a brief message, just a brief word of encouragement. Beautiful people, we've come so far. Don't waste your opportunities. The reason why I say that is because I'm here at one of my favorite beaches. It's like my home away from home, Carolina Beach. And it's been a place that I've come to. It's a homey town. I never knew really, a whole lot about the beach. And so I was talking to this man last night. He was on the staff. Matter of fact, thank you, Mr. John, the man who comped my room for me, gave me a free night. And I wanted to learn, because I've been coming here for so many months, so many years, and I said, I really don't know the history of this beautiful place. All I know is that when I come here, I feel at home, and I told him I kind of feel like the woman at the well. You know how she came and she touched the hem of the Lord's garment, and she was healed. Well, this place represents healing for me. It represents rejuvenation, it represents peace, and it represents courage and strength. Every time I come here, I always feel love in the atmosphere. I always feel joy. I always feel respected. I didn't know the history of this lovely island that I love visiting. I never know any of the people, but somehow I always make friends here. So I was talking to him last night, and I said, would you please tell me about the history of this island? And he said, Constance, this island was a very successful place for established black people. He said that there were doctors and there were lawyers that lived on the island. And, these were freed slaves. And essentially, a lot of the slave owners, they didn't respect they didn't respect the land. They didn't see any value in it. But when they saw the things that the freed slaves were eating, like all the beautiful fish and what's on the island, the seafood, they said, wow, this place has value. And they started to see the value in the ocean. So they decided to take back the land, take over it. They had moved the slaves next to the water because they didn't see the value. But then when they saw what we were doing with the land and how much we were living off the land and making the best of all the resources, they decided to come and take over. He said that there were doctors here, there were lawyers here, this place was full of successful black people, because we were put here because the land was not valued. And then he told me, he said that, they essentially came in, killed, stealed, raped, and took over the land, and then eventually made it into a resort area. It's not really resort, it's mostly like a hometown, but it's a couple of hotels here. Not really a big place, but it's beautiful. And he said, Constance, don't you feel that? And I said, what? I said, because every time I'm here, I feel love, I feel peace, I feel happiness. And he said, well, when I'm here, I feel a hesitance, I feel nervous, I feel a dark energy. And he said, that's from the slaves. They were killed here, were sacrificed here. I said, wow, I didn't know. It gave me a new respect for my life. It gave me a humbleness that I just didn't have before. You never know what the next man, the next woman, the next child has sacrificed so you can walk about this life freely. So you can go to whatever store you want to. You can eat wherever you want to. All I'm saying, beautiful people, is surrender your life to the Lord and be grateful for every opportunity that you have. And don't waste your opportunities. There are people that died just so that we would be able to walk down the street without being killed, even though many of our brothers and sisters are still being killed today. There are people that were raped, that were abused, that worked several years, sometimes their whole life for free, all so that we can enjoy peace. There are people that sacrifice for us so that we can live in freedom. All I'm saying to you, family, don't take your freedom for granted. Please, beloved people, do not take your freedom for granted. Utilize it. Be strong, be wise, be of good courage. Make wise decisions. Do not take your freedom for granted. Someone died just so that you could live.